I'll be honest with you guys, I've never really been one to blend in with the crowd, and I've never been somebody who is afraid to stand out. But for many years, I stood out for all of the wrong reasons, and it definitely didn't help me be respected by men, and it certainly didn't help me with women either. So in today's video, I'm going to tell you a bit more about my journey to become a modern gentleman and the very dark, literally dark place that I started from. Hello, my name is James and I am on a mission to create a generation of gentlemen. So let me tell you a bit more about the James that you would have met around 7 or 8 years ago. Well, to put it quite simply, I was a goth. Long jet black hair, entirely black clothing, combat boots, eyeliner, you name it, I did it. And it was certainly a bold look. It was certainly a rather confident and eye-catching look. The truth is, I had no problem standing out. I enjoyed playing guitar in my band. I enjoyed listening to The Cure. And ultimately, I felt like it was an authentic expression of who I was. But I had many more sides to my personality than just this dark gothic character. And there were many things I liked to do, many places I liked to go, and many people I wanted to meet, with whom the person that I was and the way that I presented myself, it clashed tremendously. And I found that while my look was bold and it stood out, it wasn't helping me be seen the way that I wanted to be seen. As my ambitions for my life and my career grew beyond playing in small dingy clubs in London, I realized that the image I would need for the next chapter of my life would have to be significantly different. But at the same time, I had no intention of merely conforming or fitting in. But I realized that what I needed to do wasn't about fitting in or giving up on my own identity. It was merely about discovering another part to my personality and a new way to express that style. A new way that would send the right message and accurately convey the person that I was underneath. I realized that it's okay to be different. In fact, it's good to be different, good to be admired for the way you look. But you must be intentional about the message that you send. And I realized that changing my appearance wasn't about fitting in. It was merely about upgrading the way that I would stand out. This wasn't about toning it down. It was about evolving, about refining, and becoming the kind of man that turns heads for the right reasons. Not because people think they've just seen a ghost. I deliberately chose the traits that I wanted to embody. I wanted to embody class. I wanted to embody confidence. And very importantly, a cultured creation of modern masculinity that was inspired by the classics, inspired by Cary Grant, inspired by Sean Connery, Gregory Peck. Because there was something about those men that was out of the ordinary. They did command a presence and an attention with their style, yet it was never shocking or outrageous. I suppose the correct way to describe it would be a quiet confidence, and ultimately the term that I came up with that perfectly summarized what I was going for was classic masculinity. So what was the result of all of these changes in my life? How did people start to treat me differently? Well, I certainly noticed that men began to take me much more seriously and respect me much more. I think it's very hard to get taken seriously in a business environment or in a competitive industry like the one I was in when you look like you just stepped off stage in a band in Camden. And the difference in my dating life was very significant. When you have a particular look, whether it's being a goth, being a bodybuilder, any kind of extreme, there will always be women that like that, but it's a very, very small percentage of the population, and you will be a massive turn-off to the remaining 97 or 98%. So when my appearance changed, I really unlocked the full spectrum of dating, and I was able to meet and attract the types of women that personally I was always attracted to. Even when I was more goth, I still liked women that were very feminine, wore pretty dresses, wore makeup, that kind of thing, had long hair. So I was really setting myself up for failure with my previous appearance. And ultimately, I would say that doors opened for me, invitations started coming that I know for a fact, if I still looked the way I used to, those types of doors and those types of invitations would never have opened. It's kind of like I cracked the code to personal style, because I definitely didn't lose my edge. I still feel very authentically me, but I've definitely given that edge a serious polish. And that has absolutely changed everything for me. The way I like to think of my current aesthetic is more of a refined outsider. You don't have to be generic, and in fact, I actively discourage you from being generic. Instead, you want to become formidable, and your style is a crucial part of that. You can still be unique, still be bold, but you need to own your presence and cultivate that image with intention. If you need help cultivating your image and developing a refined style and persona that will help you open doors in business, in your romantic life, and also with your own fulfillment of becoming the man that you know you can be. These are all things that I am currently helping a small group of men to do within my private mentorship and support program. I've basically systemized the journey that took me years, all of the mistakes, all of the time wasted. You don't need to do that. What took me years is now broken down into merely 3 months. It is your journey with me by your side. And not just me, but also a small community of like-minded men that are there to support you, keep you accountable, and keep you inspired. Now, if that sounds like something that you would like to be a part of, you can book a call with me about joining using the link down in the description. Ultimately, it's your choice where you go from here. You can keep standing out for the wrong reasons, or you can keep being forgettable and generic, or you can become the man that everybody remembers. This is the turning point. You already have the inspiration, you already have the interest. All you need now is the action and the support.